Okay, picking up where we left off. So alternative option number 2 is that the entire staff is addressed and the policies, procedures, and expectations for turning in attendance at the state level, district level, and school level are addressed. Mr. Rhodes would provide documentation on parents and guardians over the different school laws and procedures that have to be followed for absences via email and on the school website. And Mr. Rhodes would address the school over the PA system about the expectations for attendance going forward. The evaluation of the different options. If you take no action, there are no pros that come with it. The cons is that the students would still be allowed to miss school and you could lose your principal job that you've only had for a year. The desired outcome that would come with this is the status quo, nothing changes. Okay, if Mr. Rhodes takes the extreme outcome option, the pros is that it sets a precedence that he is not going to stand for the absences. He holds staff, parents, and students accountable during this. The cons is that he's firing many established teachers. He has to go through the process of rehiring teachers, and he has the possibility of losing students. The desired outcome would be a dramatic change rapidly, and it shows his ability to do what Mr. Newman wants. If he takes alternative option number 1, the pros are that he allows all stakeholders time to process and make the necessary changes. He will be able to design and implement new procedures. The cons is that he would not see the immediate change. Desired outcome is that it would be a slow transition from what has been happening. It sets the precedent for the next year, and they will tighten up on the attendance policies going forward. Alternative option number 2 is the pros is that it's quick and easy to address all the stakeholders in this way. The cons is that it's a very informal approach and it does not show real intent to make the change. The desired outcome for alternative option number 2 is to show that he addressed the issue Dr. Newman wanted, little to no change in the outcome. So looking at the best option, I believe, in my opinion, that the alternative option number 1 is the best option. Mr. Rhodes addresses the entire staff on state, district, and school policies, procedures, and expectations for turning in attendance after school on the first day back from break. He does assure the staff that this issue will be followed up by him on a monthly basis, and any further neglect will result in disciplinary actions for the teachers. He does inform all homeroom teachers that they need to contact the students, parents, and guardians either by phone or by email who have at least 10 unexcused absences. And they will follow the script that he provides for them. And then he establishes a new role for the secretary to oversee unexcused and excused absences. He does send information home to parents about the more stringent measures that will be taken about attendance, and provides an updated documentation of state level, district level, and school level policies and laws on the school's website and via email to parents. The school will assemble together for all students to address the attendance issue. You will have student athletes and students who are involved in activities who would be addressed by Mr. Rhodes, the athletic director, and the head coaches. And with Dr. Newman's approval, he would turn over unexcused absentees to the juvenile judicial system once that happens. This allows the staff to be aware of the issues that the school is having with attendance. It allows them to discuss solutions to the problem, and it allows them to become part of the improvement plan for the upcoming year. It's important to remember that this is only the second semester, and so you have a lot of time that you can practice and see if there are any improvements, and then use those improvements to show growth the following year. And it allows them to inform all stakeholders of state, district, and school policies and procedures, and it allows for a slower transition into the current school year, which allows for these expectations to be followed the following year. In order to implement this decision, once Christmas vacation is over, a staff meeting at the end of the week will need to happen to address the staff of the changes that will be made regarding attendance. The secretary's new role will be named, and the list of parents and guardians and students who need to be contacted will be placed or emailed to staff with the script as to what to say when contacting parents. The Monday following the week, the parent guardian email and web page will be launched. During homeroom of the following week, Monday, juniors and seniors will be addressed on the attendance procedure change. Tuesday, freshmen and sophomores will be addressed. At the end of every month, Mr. Rhodes would collect the data from the teachers and students and meet with secretary in charge of attendance. And at the end of the year, the staff will help write the school improvement plan for attendance for the following school year. The start of the new school year, all stakeholders will once again be informed of the new changes regarding attendance as provided by the school improvement plan, and they will carry out the plan for the entire school year. Positive outcomes of implementing this plan is that attendance begins to rise during this current school year. The staff responds very positively to the new procedures and school improvement plan, and they get more buy-in from parents and guardians, and student achievement rises because attendance rises. Negative outcomes is that the attendance doesn't change. They've utilized local agencies to reinforce the policy. The staff does not respond positively to the change, and parents or guardians respond negatively. Who needs to know what's going on? Dr. Newman, the District Board of Education, the staff, parents, students, and local agencies. These stakeholders can be addressed by Mr. Rhodes. This is not a threat. It is an informational message on how we as a school are going to move forward addressing the attendance here at Golden Oak High School. If it doesn't work, we need to ask other principals in the district how they address this issue. I asked Dr. Newman for guidance, and we asked the staff for ideas on how to improve this issue of attendance. In conclusion, the first step for Mr. Rhodes is to collect all the information, share it with the staff so that changes can be made and changes can take place. Next, he will have to inform the rest of the stakeholders by allowing the staff to help in the process. It does show collaboration amongst the administrators or the administration and the staff to address this issue as quickly and efficiently as possible. This will allow the staff to have more buy-in on the future of the school and with the school's new improvement plan for attendance, while also allowing Mr. Rhodes the opportunity to show staff the importance of the issue by spearheading this issue and reaching as many stakeholders as possible proactively. He can provide necessary documentation and data as to why attendance is important and how it affects academic achievement. Moving forward, data can be assessed on a variety of points associated with attendance as it pertains to demographics, grade level, gender, achievement, extracurricular activity involvement, school participation, school perception, and graduation rate. There was little or no information provided to make a quality judgment on what to do, and left a lot up to speculation and assumptions, but I do believe that this would be the best decision for Golden Oaks. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.